Hi, I'm Jacob Curtis. We've been going through a series of challenges and some of the biggest challenges that entrepreneurs, quilt shop owners face in their retail and e-commerce businesses. And so we've already covered how to compete against the big retailers and the big box stores, Amazon and the others, by using technology and incorporating that into your business so that you can have an e-commerce platform so that you can be heard on social media and having a good marketing plan and strategy. We've talked about lack of resources and where you can go to actually find those resources, getting similar businesses to be your ally, to be your friend, to help you to get into groups and things like that so you can get your questions answered, so you can find the guides that you need. And so today we're actually going to be talking more specifically about one of those resources, and that is paying for all of your startup costs. Okay, we know it can be really expensive to buy inventory for your fabric store or your quilt shop. And those can vary quite drastically depending on what you're wanting or how do you want to do it. And sometimes they are really expensive. Most of the time, it can be hundreds of thousands that you're looking at trying to buy and start the store. Well, of this survey we've been discussing that squared it a few years ago, nearly half of the responses said they went over budget on their startup costs. It's huge, in my opinion. Over half of them went over their budget, what they had planned or thought they were going to spend on. So once things are up and running, there are worries about their cash flow, how they're going to pay for things, how they're going to pay for themselves, how they're going to pay for their debt, how they're going to pay for all kinds of different things. Cash flow is a really big concern for all quilt shops, for all businesses, because we know that if you don't have cash, you can't buy things to resell and you're dead in the water. So what do you do? How do you come up with the money to get that? What are some options? And there's a lot of different options. The very first thing you want to do is make sure that you come up with a very detailed plan. When are you launching? What is your marketing plan? That's probably one of the very first things you've got to figure out is setting up a marketing plan that you can use as your stepping stones to get you from where you are today to where you want to be. You need to do a lot of research about who your target niche is, who your target market is, where do they hang out, how are you going to advertise to them, how much is it going to cost to advertise to them. Do some research and ask, and sometimes this research just isn't available. Sometimes you just can't find the answers, and so you've got to take a leap forward, a leap of faith, and do something to get some data. Sometimes one of those things that I often recommend is do not borrow money. I know that sounds really hard and harsh and not fun to hear, especially for people that want to start a fabric store, a fabric shop, or a quilting store, or a quilting shop, because a lot of that costs a lot of money. You've got to buy inventory, you've got to buy shelves. Well, if you have an online store, you don't have a brick and mortar store that people will come to, set up a way that you can have pre-orders, is what I like to call them, pre-orders of fabric. So you buy a sample, or you get a sample of some fabric or fabrics, a couple of them, and you say, I'm going to buy these, who wants them? You can kind of take pre-orders and determine what the demand is for each of your fabrics. Or you can put together fat quarters and put together some bundles like that, or put together a kit and show what the final kit looks like, all completed, finished from start to beginning, include a tutorial video, set up basically a mini class that you can sell online and say, I'm selling this kit, and with it comes the 24 videos or the 10 videos or the 2 videos that teach you how to put this together. Okay. And then you launch pre-orders for all of those, and you tell everybody these will ship in 3 to 4 weeks. I'll keep you updated as things are, and I'll send them out to you. So that's one way. That's probably my favorite way to start and grow a quilt shop, is to do it that way, because you're not taking on a lot of financial risk when it comes to that. And so that's probably my favorite option. The other options include using your own personal money, which you may end up needing to do anyway. In fact, usually most quilt shops will have their own money that they're going to invest in the business to grow, and that is needed. If you're using Profit First, all that money is going to go right into that operating account. Any sell money, that's when you start allocating. So any investment money goes directly, money that comes in from debt goes into the operating account so you can build and grow those operations. The other options, the SBA and other governments, fund and entities have the funds available for women-owned businesses, minority-owned businesses. You can search for those and you can find them and have them applied. There are a lot of various funding options available, but my biggest recommendation is don't borrow money, and if need to, put in a lot more than you think you need. Come up with a detailed plan of how much money you need, or a detailed plan of how you're going to launch your business. from a marketing plan with actual dollars. And if you need help coming up with that information, I can help you. I can provide and give you some information. I'm not, per se, a marketing expert, but I have worked with a number of quilt shops that have grown their businesses and different insight into what things cost and things like that. So if you have any questions or comments, please let me know and we'll talk to you later. Okay, bye.